Yo, speaking of Ice Spice, Demaris, I know the group chat was going crazy with y'all.
Yo, the group chat.
Can you get us up to speed on what's happening with, what's her name? Cleopatra? Ice Spice?
Cleotrapa.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Cleotrapa.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
There seemed to be some messy women group chat shit happening to the public for the entire weekend.
Yeah, well, if you haven't heard about the Cleotrapa and Ice Spice debacle, Cleotrapa and Ice Spice were
Debacle's funny.
They were, let's say, associates. I don't want to call them friends, but they were cool associates. They had been in music videos together, things like that. If you don't know who Cleotrapa is, she is the girl from New York who was always going viral for like telling people they're pronouncing something wrong or they're spelling something wrong. Like she used to have like the whiteboard and write stuff up on it. She's a darker skinned girl and she's also a music artist. So Ice Spice and her have had previous issues where Ice Spice's best friend, Baby Stormy, came out and kind of posted some screenshots to the timeline and was like, basically where Ice Spice was talking about Cleotrapa saying that she was jealous. Cleotrapa accepted her back as a friend. Ice Spice invited Cleotrapa on to tour with her the day before Ice Spice's tour starts. Cleotrapa asked her, hey, what do I have to pay for on this tour? And Ice says, nothing. You're good. You're my friend. Everything's on me.
That's nice.
That's very nice.
All right, we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cleotrapa.
Then a chicken salad came in the mix.
Cleotrapa goes.
Everything was fine till that salad.
Oh, there's nothing like breaking up friendships when it's time to eat, right, Rory?
But you know, they're young, so they don't see those signs yet. They'll learn with age that anytime a chicken salad gets between friends, a fallout's gonna happen.
Exactly.
You know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Basically, to make this a very long story.
Wait, they're really
short,
beefing over a chicken salad? I thought.
Go ahead.
Is this
I'm going to say, Maul, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Okay.
I'm just going to let this play
Maybe
out.
there was someone on the podcast explaining it.
No, I'm asking you, is it really a chicken salad?
She's gonna get to it.
No, they're not beefing over a chicken salad.
Okay, that's all. My question is
salad,
answered.
though. Chicken salad's pretty nice.
Basically, Cleotrapa was under the impression that everything was covered for her on the tour. When she got on the tour, the number one thing that happened, I think, during the first show is Ice Spice's security didn't carry Cleotrapa's bags back to the car after the show. Cleotrapa had to carry her own bags. She had a conversation with Ice Spice in their shared hotel room after this, where she was basically like, hey, I don't like that security, like just left my bag. He took all 20 of yours and didn't take my 1.5 bag that you had. And Ice was basically like, my security works for me. They pay a flat fee and they don't work for you. And
all right, so far Ice Spice is right.
Yeah, so far pretty logical there.
Yep, so she's right. When does the salad come into play?
Basically, one of the things was, with the salad thing, was just that everybody on the team had to order food. Cleo had put in her order, and then after everybody got their stuff back, they were basically like, it's like, oh, yours is not covered, like, by tour.
They Venmo'd her for a chicken salad?
No, they didn't even like ask. They just didn't get it.
Oh.
So the number one thing.
So wait, is she, not to cut you off, she's talent on the show? Like
she's the opener. Yeah.
She's the opener.
Because Cleotrapa she has music too, right?
Yes.
She's not just a personality and
she raps, yeah.
She didn't bring her whiteboard on stage.
So, okay, so I mean, I understand. I think what is missing is how deep does their personal relationship run? Cleotrapa and Ice Spice.
From what I hear, that Cleo said that they were never friends where like they were chilling in the house, like with no makeup. It was always just kind of like out. You know, we all have those friends. It's like, yo, I'm doing this event, come through, or I'm doing this event, come through.
Okay, so they were social. They were
they were social.
Okay.
There's a work relationship.
Yeah.
But obviously close enough where it was, hey, you're coming on tour with me. You're going to be staying with me, basically. So that's close enough.
That's what Ice Spice told her.
Yes, basically like, I'm covering everything. Now, Cleo outed, I mean, if you're in the scene, you do know this, but Ice Spice and Riot are dating. Cleo outed that.
What?
Yeah, a lot of the fans didn't know. So
still playing with them.
Don't play with them, Riot.
And by them, it means never mind.
Just her.
Anyway, at one point, Riot came on the tour.
Was Riot's salad covered?
Oh, his salad was covered.
His covered. All right, cool.
He has 50% pub on him.
Yeah, his salad,
double chicken.
Yeah.
He might have got extra shrimp in it.
Here go 2 more.
He ate Cleotrapa salad.
That salad was almost too good.
Wait, so on tour, I'm sorry, because I really thank you for being great. So on tour, Cleotrapa and Ice Spice are sharing a room. Why wouldn't Riot and Ice Spice share a room?
Riot wasn't on there at first.
Damn.
When his tour bus caught up to them, then he started
Caught up? Why was he in a different city?
But
I don't know.
I mean,
it happened.
he's a mogul. He's producing for other people.
At the end of the day, he ended up staying in Ice Spice's room on the tour bus and her room in the hotels. Apparently, Ice Spice's manager was supposed to contact Cleo's manager to let her know she had to get her own separate room, even though she had previously been told that everything would be covered.
Mm.
Nothing has been covered so far. Literally nothing is covered other than her traveling on the tour bus with them. So Cleo basically eventually at the end of the tour wrote Ice Spice and said, hey, you told me this when I came on tour. This is not what happened. I felt unincluded. Y'all were eating without me. Y'all were treating me weird. I didn't feel like I was good every single time. Like, you know, I was to like come in your dressing room. I was kind of like being told, oh, Ice doesn't want to be bothered right now. Like, she's just like, I felt like a groupie. I didn't really feel like somebody who was a part of this tour.
I feel
Okay, so what it sounds like is Cleotrapa found out that they're not actually friends. That Ice was more so treating it like she's talent on the tour. I'm gonna add her to the tour because she said on the spaces they ended up adding another tour bus, so it was more bunks.
And was like, yeah,
So she was like, yo, like let Cleotrapa come on, let her get her shit off on the road, like, you know, build her fan base, people could see her perform. And I think what Cleotrapa may have thought was it was gonna be more of her and Ice together all the time, hanging out, you know, that type of thing. And when she got on the road, she noticed that, oh, they're treating Ice Spice like, and she's Ice Spice, that entity, and I'm just support for Ice Spice's tour. And I don't really see Ice. We don't talk like that before the shows. Like, it's kind of like moving, like I'll see her passing through. Her tour bus leaves first. The tour bus I'm on leaves after.
No,
so
they were on the same tour bus. I think the issue.
No, I had a different one, but she was sleeping in Ice Spice like room.
She
had her own bunk on a different bus.
Yeah, she had her own bunk on the. So she was originally sleeping on Ice Spice's room from the very beginning. But it's looking like Ice Spice is getting killed right now by the fans, because what it's looking like is that the fans obviously don't know, or nobody knows how tour usually goes. Like, if you're an opening act, you're spending money usually to be an opening act on tour, especially if you're the opening act, because Cash was opening. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's obvious that her manager should have gotten with her manager, and first of all, she should have been on that tour. Me personally, I wouldn't have went on tour with somebody who was talking about me behind my back and saying that I was jealous of them. Like, I don't forgive things like that, especially when they're telling me that monetarily they're going to cover for me. I get that it's an amazing opportunity.
Wait, this happened before Ice Spice was caught talking about?
Yes, before any of this even happened, before they went on tour. This was like a couple months ago. Okay, that's more insight to this. Okay, so what Cleo said is that she feels like Ice was doing damage control because she got caught talking shit about Nicki Minaj in those same text messages. Yeah, she got caught talking shit about Cleo, and it's kind of like they were saying that she was doing damage control.
She was trying to show that she's supporting other acts and other artists.
But Cleo was like, she never posted that I was on the tour. She never posted a flyer with my face on it.
But that's not her responsibility. And even though to your point, she found out they're not friends.
It's not her responsibility. But if you invited me on a tour and we're sleeping in the same room, in the same bed, maybe, right? That's safe to assume that we have a friendship. If we're sleeping in the same bed, we're close.
Yeah, but you don't just
sleep in a bed with random
women,
girls
that
you
just do that.
Girls do that shit.
They become best friends with a chick they met last night.
And that's true. And I think that I think that maybe on one end, Cleotrapa felt like, okay, this is my homie. And I think on Ice Spice's, and it may have been, it's the old thing of you move genuine with some people, they move strategic with you.
Yeah.
And it's that type of relationship.
Two things. I think if Ice Spice said to her, all expenses paid, like, you won't make any money, but we'll cover food, hotel, like, you won't need for anything on the tour, I think she should obviously honor that. But after we have that conversation, we're one, friends, two, artists, our managers can figure this out if something ends up being incorrect.
Yeah.
If I don't get my food, I know that's your friend, quote unquote, but she's also in the middle of a fucking tour. I don't care if we're best friends. On tour sucks sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You could have someone you love and want to be around all the time. Tour can drive you to just want to be alone.
Yeah.
After the amount of energy, especially Ice Spice, because she sells way more tickets than we do.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine the amount of energy she consumes from other people after a show, where you just need to decompress with the amount of shit you just sucked in. Pause.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't care if you're my best friend. I need
Yep.
some fucking time alone.
No, I completely
I need
get
to
that,
get
but
ready. Don't come in my green room. I'm preparing for a show. I'm trying to figure out what I fucked up yesterday to make this show better. No, this isn't like a kiki friend time
But it's
in the
not,
green room.
but see, but no. So let's clarify, because her issue wasn't that I don't get to kiki with Ice Spice. Her issue is I am a artist on this tour and I have nowhere to put my bags. I have nowhere to get ready.
Way separate.
And you made it seem like I could share a dressing room with you. You're but 150 pounds. I'm but 160 pounds. Like, we don't take up that much space. You made it seem like I was good with you, and now I am now on tour, uncomfortable getting ready in random bathrooms.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I can understand that. Yeah, I get that. I understand Cleotrapa's side, but I do think that this is just a case of finding out your relationship with somebody is not what you thought it was. I think the Ice Spice meant good in having her on the tour. Like, yo, give her a look, let her come out on the tour. Like, it helps Ice Spice's show because Cleotrapa brings a certain type of energy. If she opens up for her, the crowd is kind of like already into that mood of, partying and having a good time. I just think that it, especially with women, things can become very catty, very, spiteful, and then you're saying that they already had something a few months ago where Ice Spice was caught talking kind of sideways about her behind her back. So that already was there. Like, that type of energy was already existing.
So
And I think now that we're on the road together and we're moving city to city, and it's kind of like, we're right here. It's like, yeah, you cool, but like, you don't need to be up under me. Like, and I think that's what Cleotrapa started to feel. And Ice was probably moving like, I'll be with Taylor Swift. I'll be, like,
when it's convenient.
She probably felt like, like I'm a superstar. Like, and you're just, and Cleotrapa probably felt that, like, okay, this is Ice Spice. She's the star. I'm just here to kind of like, warm the crowd up and get them going for her.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I listened to it. So when Cleotrapa was posting it, I was listening to that shit in real time, 4:00 in the morning. And for the vibe that I got from her was just that her issue was you didn't make sure like everybody else, even I know you can't make sure I'm good because you're a star.
Yeah.
Your people didn't know to make sure that I'm good.
I've gone places
with Rory or my other friends where it's like, hey, I'm in the middle of working right now, but whatever she wants, she gets, and we'll figure it out later. If you're on tour, if Rory and Maul are on tour and Benner comes up to me and tells me my fucking chicken salad isn't covered, y'all are gonna come out of pocket for it and we'll deal with the shit later. You'll deal with the reimbursements later. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a fucking chicken salad. Like, that's little shit. Or like certain things.
It's not the chicken salad. That was that was just like Cleotrapa's like,
no, but Cleo said
simple as a chicken salad.
Cleo said they were in the middle of like, I don't know, like somewhere like New Mexico, somewhere they were in like like somewhere in Texas. Like, they were staying at a Best Western. Like, they were in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And
Ice Spice was staying at a Best Western?
Where else are you going to stay in Plano, Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, you said Texas. Yeah, I didn't know what part of
Texas, middle of nowhere.
Okay. Right. And that might be the only thing out there.
Yeah, she was like, I guess like everybody knew there was no food around. Like, the closest food place was like McDonald's, and it was like a 10-minute like walk down the road. Like, they were in the middle of the desert.
How accommodating we are with our tour in Texas specifically.
God, that was so annoying.
We drove around for 2 hours trying to find Maul some fucking food.
We bought Maul 3 different fries. That was the. We stopped
if
at like.
Maul ever brings up a chicken salad in my fucking presence, I'm bringing up the Dallas to Houston trip.
What was it like?
Bring up the fact that we didn't know we was driving to fucking. Until the day of the fucking show.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild.
Yeah, so y'all putting it on me like I was wilding. Our whole game plan was fucked up. We didn't even know we were driving to the other part of Texas. Like, that was a last minute thing.
That was we hit McDonald's, we hit Wendy's, we hit some other local shit, and Roy and I were getting like food, and Maul's just getting different kinds of fries.
Yeah, I'm
none of them had vegan nuggets or anything.
My fry review is on Patreon.
Maul just had 3
I know who
bags
got the best fries.
Welcome to my channel. Yeah. Everyone asked me what's my favorite fries
in Texas. Don't trip. I got you.
And then on top of that, of how accommodating we were, we had found out the night before too that our Houston show was at noon.
Yeah.
I don't know why our dumbasses would think our shows were at night like they have been for the entire tour.
Nice,
but we
matinee.
left the Dallas venue at 11 p.m. like, oh wait,
Our show's in 10 hours.
Houston show is at noon.
Yeah, go back to the hotel, get your shit,
Bro.
and get back downstairs and get
I
in the car.
shower.
So by the third fast food restaurant to get fries, in my head, I'm like, Mo, we have to be to the venue in like 3 fucking hours.
We'll just get food there.
Yeah, that was a interesting. Let's say it was a life learning experience. But Ice Spice and Cleotrapa.
What happened in
But
Texas?
basically, they were in Texas, and she woke up and was like talking to she went downstairs and was talking to everybody and was like, her and the stylist were like, "Yo, like we're hungry, we're starving. Like, does anybody want to go to McDonald's with us? Like, what's going on?" And come to find out, like nobody said anything, but they had already went to like a steakhouse. That like the whole team had drove to a steakhouse.
Oh no, that's fucked.
Without
See, that's
her.
fucked up. Now,
That's
see,
fucked up.
once you give the
I
whole
would have
story,
shook the room.
once you give the whole story in the scenario, that's fucked up. Because we talking about just feet.
The stylist brought her food back, and that's how she found out.
Mhm.
She brought her food back from the restaurant.
It's a dude. The stylist brought him, Cleotrapa some food back, and that's how she was like. And she had texted Ice Spice that she was hungry also.
So he brought food for Cleotrapa?
Are you talking about the guy with the orange hair?
Yeah.
That was claimed to be false. He's not real. Yeah. But no, basically they eventually found out.
He's not
He
real.
don't even exist.
No, he's not.
He's AI.
He was,
This is a
no, people
conspiracy theory?
when there's big like stories going on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, some people who are losers will like insert themselves and say, "Oh yeah, I got the real story.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
this person." And it's like, no, you're not.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
They're doing it for
I brought
what?
her the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the receipt.
But
That's
basically,
right.
yeah, she found out that they had went to a steakhouse without her.
So
while
nobody
she was
brought her
starving.
food back.
I don't know. Nobody brought her food back.
Damn.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Because we're talking about something as simple as just feeding people. That's like
That's basic human.
that's basic, like, it's shelter, food and shelter is like basic on tour shit.
Okay, but that's where if like communication breaks, say I'm like the PM of this entire tour. I know I'm responsible for everyone on my call sheet. This girl's not on my call sheet. She's not my responsibility. Someone should have told me that she's part of this crew.
Yeah, but
Because you can't get mad at a whole production
Rory,
team
but
or
don't-
whatever going
but don't
to
play
go get food.
No, but
Like,
don't do that. Don't play semantics.
That's not semantic.
If we're in the middle,
That's Ice Spice's
if-
fault, but not the team's
cool.
fault.
If we're in the middle of somewhere in Texas and we know that nobody has ate because none of us has stopped anywhere to eat, and you're in Ice Spice's room, and
No, that's crazy.
y'all are like, "Yo, we about to go get something to eat." You think because somebody's name is not on my fucking sheet that I'm gonna be like, "Yo,
I think.
all right, well, they got to eat whatever they can."
I think
No, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, before we pull off?" I'm like, "Yo, they not hungry."
Ice Spice as a friend and someone that invited her should have been the one to text her and be like, "Yo, we're grabbing food." But that's the
Simple.
team. Nah, I'm here for a gig, and this is who I'm responsible for. This is what my role is.
But that's
I gotta go feed my team that
And
I'm
we- and
aware
let's
of.
not act
You
like-
just added this girl the day before. I don't know her.